The biggest challenge this year will be meeting the requirements for fully funding our state's public schools. And so the biggest challenge there is making sure that the money that we spend is improving the quality of education that kids in our state are getting and agreeing on what the adequate level of education funding is. And that's a big deal because if we're funding the schools, then we are necessarily needing to get revenue from somewhere, whether that's new taxes or from cutting other programs. And so the challenge for the legislature is how are we going to meet the demands from the court and the needs of our kids in adequately funding the public school system. Other challenges, in addition to the education challenge before us, are in transportation and moving the state forward in terms of improving our ferry system, improving our state highways, alleviating congestion, making our roads safer. And we're at a point in the state's transportation budget where we can't do new projects. So every legislator across the state is hearing from constituents who are concerned about unsafe bridges, culverts that need to be repaired, high ferry fares. We all have our different pressures on us. And there simply isn't a Department of Transportation budget to take care of anything new. So how we will meet the new demands of the public and the new demands of our state overall is also going to be a big challenge in terms of fixing our transportation challenges. So if the two biggest issues before us are really transportation and education, there are still a lot of other things that the citizens of the state want us to take a look at. I've currently introduced bills that address things like the decline in fish populations in Puget Sound and linking the fish declines to the overall health of Puget Sound. And that's something that is of concern to a lot of people in our state. I have bills that will be addressing the mismatch between Regents and Harrison Hospital, so what happens when an insurance company and a medical facility don't come to agreement, what happens to the patients and what happens to the insurance customers when that happens. So we have a couple of bills to address that. A bill addressing the transportation of oil across the state, which is a direct response to increases in rail transport of oil and increases in the marine traffic of oil in Puget Sound. And then I have a bill that actually came from a constituent, but it seems to be resonating with people throughout the state, which allows siblings of people who were killed in war, who received the Gold Star Award, to be able to buy a Gold Star license plate. And we've heard from a lot of people, a lot of siblings, that they want to be able to honor their brother or sister in that way publicly. So that's a nice bill that has a hearing today, and I'm hopeful we'll move through the process and we'll get that change made to state law.